If you love modern furniture and you love curves, then this is the perfect nightstand for you. I built this nightstand using just pocket holes, and today I'm going to teach you exactly how. And don't forget, the free plans are linked in the description below. I'm using only 1 3/4 inch sheet of birch plywood for this entire build. And first, I cut everything to size with my Kerf AccuCut. I started off by first making the drawer. For the curve cuts, just make sure you only have an 1/8 inch left of material when you're cutting through. I'm using my table saw for this, but you can actually use the Kerf AccuCut for this as well. This is called curve cutting, and this is what will allow you to make that curvy drawer front. To make the curve a larger radius, I spaced each cut 3/4 inches apart, and I made 8 of them on each side of the drawer, and you can see how much of a curve that makes. To glue it up, I sprayed a lot of water in between each of the curves, and this will allow it to bend a little bit easier, and then I just used regular old wood glue to fill in those gaps. Make sure you use a lot because you really want it to stay nice and solid. Then I used a strap clamp to close all those curves, and this is really important. Make sure all those curves are nice and tight. And I used a square just to make sure everything was squared off on the ends so that everything would come together when I made the drawer. I am using the Kerf Foreman to make all the pocket holes because it really makes it so much faster. All I did was adjust the fence to 3/4 inches and then adjust the actual drill bit to 3/4 inches, and then I made all of my pocket holes. It definitely cut my time in half. All I had to do was cut each one and then move it against the fence, and they were perfect pocket holes every single time. I am using 1 1/4 inch pocket screws for this entire build, and for the drawer sides, I made sure that it sits flush with the back, and then I used glue and the pocket screws to attach everything. Then I attach the bottom, and you'll notice that I haven't cut the curves for the top or the bottom yet because I want to make sure that the curve of the drawer front lines up with the top and the bottom. I cut the drawer box to size, and then for the front and the back, I pocket holed, and then I set my table saw fence to 1/4 inches. I am actually just going to run this through to make a small dado, which is a groove on the bottom inside of each of the drawer fronts, and this will allow me to set that 1/4 inch plywood bottom into the drawer boxes, and this creates a really strong and sturdy drawer. You definitely don't have to do it this way. You can just nail the bottom of the drawer right onto the bottom of the drawer box, and that is a really simple way to do it. This way just adds a little bit more strength, and it makes for a really clean looking drawer box. Now this is when you can cut your curves. I used the actual drawer front to trace the curve onto the top and the bottom, and then I used a flush trim router bit to match the exact curve from the drawer onto the top. I added the back with 1 1/4 inch brad nails. And then I added the feet, and the feet for this is really personal preference. I like the little ball feet. You can just screw them right in, but you can get any wood feet for this build. It makes it really easy because you don't have to build any legs. Then I pocket screwed the drawer side supports to the top of the nightstand, and this will actually hold the drawer box in place and make it really nice and sturdy. And that is a perfect fit. I wasn't sure on exactly what color to use, but whenever I'm in doubt, I always paint it black. And there you have it, one curvy nightstand built using the Kerf Jig Foreman. If you want to check out the free plans, the link is in the description below. Happy building.